Space and stars, the dance of creation, unreachable, mute, sworn to the silence of distance. On a speck orbiting one tiny, perhaps unessential part of the dance, there lives an isolated, self-important species. Trapped by its senses, beholden to the whimsies of its inconsistent heart, it forever boxes with the shadows it casts on the world. Hopelessly disassociated from its environment, its head fills with questions. Who are we? Why are we? And are we alone?
Or perhaps more importantly, am I alone? And if not, where are you? And why can't I see you? For millennia, unable to keep his mind on his work, his friends, his family, or anything of true value, man's gaze is turned heavenward, only to find that sometimes the heavens gaze back. Here are just a few of the thousands of stills, films, and videos of unidentified flying objects.
All these and more were taken by people not unlike yourself, but in no way like me. Skeptics claim they must be fake, the gullible that they're all real. A few decades ago, even the untrained eye could judge the evidence with some precision, such as this photograph, an obvious fake, or this one, which many experts believe is genuine. But today, with inexpensive special effects commonplace, it is difficult to distinguish the truth from even a good-natured prank.
To complicate the issue further, sometimes natural phenomena or military experiments with black magic are mistaken for aliens.
In 1981, for example, thousands saw this strange object in the sky above San Francisco. Many assumed it was a flying saucer, when in fact it was the eye of God come to pass judgment on the people of that city.
I don't know, he just moved in. Okay, gotta go. Bye.
The problem becomes, what do we trust, who do we trust? Or is truth itself a changing law, simply a matter of perspective?
To some, the scene below might seem to be a happy family enjoying a sunny day.
I just stopped
To
by
another,
to say hi.
it might hide an alien in disguise.
A gun! He's got a gun!
Yeah.
Dan the Alien Man.
Cookie, what's up?
Got a call from Apple Road. A guy broke in and shot someone from the bedroom window.
I was watching that on tape.
What?
I'll tell you when I get down there.
Recent surveys show that 1 in 3 believe the Earth has been visited by extraterrestrials. 2 in 3 wish they'd called first. But can the American public be trusted?
After all, these are some of the men they elected to the highest public office over the last 3 decades. Where did it begin? The ancients saw fire circles in the sky. Israel followed a fiery pillar. In Rome, they saw flying shields. And what about the mysterious pyramids at Giza? Was Egypt the Earth's greatest civilization? Or what?
Some say mankind itself is the result of an experiment by ancient astronauts.
While it's depressing to think of ourselves as lab mice trapped in an alien maze, on the lighter side, perhaps hidden somewhere on the Earth is a really large piece of cheese, enough for us all.
Weird. 6 people saw the shooter, but there's no body. Might have been a student film.
Cookie, look at this.
Green goo. My kids play with that.
He's in the theater across the street.
Let's go.
In the 16th century, the bard himself, Shakespeare, wrote of odd things in the heavens. This is an excerpt from King Henry VI, Part 3.
Dazzle my eyes, or do I see 3 suns? See, they join, embrace, and seem to kiss.
In ancient days, UFOs were objects of awe, fear, and worship. In the present age, they became objects of fear, worship, and awe.
In 1896, witnesses in 5 states saw what came to be known as the mystery airship. Given the descriptions, it's tempting to conclude that what they saw was a classic UFO. Some believe the airship crashed on a farm, and the pilot survived. This stunning interview was given by the owner of that farm, Daisy Packer, at age 92, as she recalled the amazing events of that day.
There was a crash in the barn, and this little gray man comes to the back of my kitchen. He was a stranger to our world, no friends or family for millions of miles. So Jake whacked him on the back of the head with an axe. He went down like a sack of potatoes. You wouldn't believe the stuff I cleaned out of him. Jake said it tasted like chicken. Not any chicken I ever ate. Jake tried to get into the ship, but it was too small and he got stuck in it. I still remember him saying, "Look at me, I'm a ballerina." We never talked about it. When people asked, we said we didn't know nothing. If they got to poking around, we ate them too. Say, you look like a nice fella.
By the 20th century, UFO sightings became commonplace. A seminal UFO tale began in 1947. The story was retracted immediately, and the Army announced that the supposed disc was simply a truck delivering clothing to a store for unusual women. Despite the denials, a recent poll revealed that 2 in 5 believe the government is not telling us all it knows about UFOs. But keep in mind,
We all remember Cary Grant, and many of us can carry a tune. But are some of us being carried away by aliens? Purported alien abductions follow remarkably similar patterns.
the victim is paralyzed, taken aboard a ship, and subject to strange tests. Though the memory is repressed, inevitably, sometimes years later, an expensive bill will mysteriously appear in the victim's mail. Critics accuse therapists of leading their subjects, helping them manufacture a fantasy. If so, why then are the descriptions and drawings of the aliens made by abductees who have never met always identical? But let us decide for ourselves. This is an actual hypnosis session. The woman is unaware she's being recorded and her rights thereby violated. To augment the poor recording quality, subtitles have been added.
Mrs. Greenwater, do you think it is possible that there's someone in the room there with you?
No.
Someone very small, with grey skin.
No.
And big eyes.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. Ow! You hit me.
I didn't hit you, Mrs. Greenwater. It was an alien.
It was you! You hit me! I just saw you!
It was an alien.
You're a cheat! A con artist! I want my money back!
Many abductees claim to have transmitters implanted in them. Is it possible that one has finally been found?
Dr. Crick, you claim to have actually removed an alien device from this woman's body.
Yes, after 16 hours, our surgical team successfully removed this from Mrs. Baskin's head.
You mean you're going to use this replica of a skull to show us where the probe was found?
No, this is what was removed from her head. It's quite amazing, isn't it? It's clearly some sort of transmitting device. These apertures are used to receive pictures, and this, clearly mechanical, is probably used to obtain soil samples.
That's a skull. A human skull.
Oh my. Mrs. Baskin, do you feel all right?
Once, science believed proof could best be obtained through careful observations, fastidious record-keeping, and the independent confirmation of experimental results.
Today we know that whatever we want to be true is true. And whoever wishes the hardest wins. Yet, the need for the illusion of authority remains.
You have the right to remain silent.
In 1994, a respected Ivy League professor, Simon Wack, gave this amazing interview.
Science insists on things that can be measured, whereas the abduction experience may occur in a completely different realm. The Emerald City, for example.
What do you say to your critics who claim that immeasurable phenomena can't be discussed?
Well, I've proven conclusively that people who disagree with me simply don't exist.
That's absurd.
What about that, Dr. Wack? Your colleague, Professor Blair, right here, seems to disagree with you.
There's no one in that seat.
What? Of course I'm here.
Did you hear something?
Of course I'm here.
I didn't hear anything.
I'm right here. I occupy space.
In light of this trend, is it still possible there exist more prosaic explanations for abductions?
Some say the stories of modern alien abductions bear a striking resemblance to the old Irish tales about the fairy folk. Of course, the fairies think this is ridiculous. Why, just the other day, I was talking to Queen Titania, and she assured me they hadn't abducted anyone in over a century. And even when they did, they were mostly interested in children.
Common to the abduction experience is a sense of being helpless before a mysterious power.
Oh God, I can't move. No. What are you going to do with that? No.
Could it simply mask another, equally traumatic but perhaps universal experience, one involving a rectal thermometer? Others theorize that a condition known as temporal lobe epilepsy may be responsible for the abduction experience.
I believe the so-called abduction experience is actually a hypnagogic illusion caused by electrical tremors along the frontal lobe. Electromagnets can recreate the effect in our subject. After a few moments, he will begin to experience mild paranoia. This will progress into a near hallucinogenic state in which the subject senses an evil presence. In the neo-sleeping state, in which these seizures generally occur, there is also a type of paralysis. But as you can see, there is no paralysis here. Right now, rather than seeing me, he sees a threatening alien creature. It is totally convincing and quite terrifying.
Look at this. This is a buttered roll. I was going to enjoy this until you two came in. You know how little I enjoy these days. Your man's being released.
What?
No evidence, Einstein. No bodies, no one dead, no one missing, and your witnesses all have amnesia.
We'll get the evidence.
Look at me. Don't look at him, look at me! Drop this. Drop it.
When we see a distant light in the sky, long before we can consciously interpret the image,
our brains give it depth and shape where perhaps neither exist. Recently, tens of thousands saw UFOs over Mexico City. While some speculated the planet Venus was responsible, what many saw was in fact the famed Venus de Milo just passing through.
Hello, Mexico!
Other sightings turned out to be caused by harmless children's balloons. Yet the believers persist, claiming the balloons were actually cleverly disguised alien craft. Still, we dare not become closed-minded. And by closed-minded, I mean anyone who disagrees with me.
Here are just a few of the thousands of stills, films, and videos of unidentified flying objects. Of unidentified flying objects. Of unidentified flying objects. Of unidentified flying objects. Is there any single piece of evidence which conclusively proves the existence of UFOs?
What you are watching is either the most clever fraud ever perpetrated or an incredible hoax. Actual footage of an alien autopsy. Obviously trained professionals, the hastily assembled surgical team confers for the first time. The odd body is carefully uncovered and then meticulously measured with state-of-the-art equipment. A debate ensues among the surgeons over where and how to begin the autopsy. Finally, the first incision is made, revealing the creature's surprising biology. Despite its incredible realism, could this amazing film be the result of some technical trickery?
I've been in Hollywood for at least 10 days, and I can assure you I could not duplicate those effects.
The sight of what may be the face of a living being from another world is certainly compelling, but could it somehow be an incredibly realistic mask?
What did you call it? A mask? Well, it'd have to be a pretty damn good one.
The more we paid the experts, the more the experts became convinced.
If you look carefully at the film, when the corpse is first cut by the surgeon, there is no blood plasma, not a drop of blood, as if the entire corpse had been drained. Without coming to any definite conclusions, I will say that this indicates that not only is it a creature from another world, it is also clearly the victim of a vampire.
What about the apparent cannibalization of the body?
Many people don't realize that tasting the body is standard procedure. I myself always have a bite, though generally not that much. Excuse me. No! I told you not to come here!
Good merchandise, very good.
Well, let me see. It's perfect. I'll be able to complete my experiment.
$50.
Of course. Tomorrow. I'm very busy.
$50.
All right, all right.
Unidentified flying objects.
ID confirmed. Scheduled alien terminations for Tuesday, March 5th, 3:15 p.m.
Alien terminations?
Ken Borman, Bruckman Boathouse. Do you wish to erase his Terran identification?
Yes, gotcha.
Erasing procedure in progress.
No, I mean, wait, no.
Procedure complete. Next entry.
Come on, Cookie, pick up. 3:15, that's only about an hour.
This is Cookie. Eat me.
Cookie, I've got our proof. This guy thinks he's killing alien invaders. He's got a hit scheduled at the Brookman Boathouse at 3:15. Get there fast. Oh no.
Tom, Cookie, Logan. Do you wish to erase his Terran identification?
Carl Jung believed that UFOs were modern archetypes, invented to replace our lost belief in angels and fairies. But he's dead. While, as you've seen, we have no specific answers as to what UFOs are, perhaps we can answer why so many of us have seen them so often.
This is Dr. Sidney X, eye surgeon.
I get maybe 4 or 5 people a month in here saying they see UFOs. Not just 1 or 2. Everywhere they look. UFO, UFO, UFO. It turned out there was a really simple explanation. Cool, huh? I know it sounds silly, but sometimes I like to go plink and send them flying across the room into the wall. I don't know if they're intelligent or not, but I'd feel pretty bad about whacking them across the room like that if they were.
In the end, whom do we trust? Perhaps the solution is to become experts ourselves. But how does one become an expert? Is it simply a matter of sending a check or money order payable to me at the address now appearing on your screen? Or is it something more?
Borman? Is Ken Borman here?
Yeah, I'm...
Come out of there. Come out of there right now. Cookie? Dan. Dan.
I want you to stay very calm.
Did you see it? Did you?
I saw it. We've got to talk.
You're one of them.
Don't point that at me.
Don't come any closer.
Would you listen to me?
Oh, Cookie. I'm so sorry.
I'm not an alien. You are.
Me?
Found you. You're wrecked shit.
What?
We put you on the force. Learn more about you. The lieutenant knew.
I remember.
I remember. One thing is certain. We are here. Or at least I'm here. And I don't know about you, but I'm planning to stay. So you'd better get used to me. Or better yet, watch me as I watch the skies.
Can I get a little help down here? I'm really hurt. Ow! You kicked me.
Whoa.
They say that you were just a lie, but I thought I saw you in the sky, tracing a line through space and time, up with the clouds on the borderline. I don't know if you were a dream. All the world might not be what it seems. Late in the night, you come to me to poke me and prod me in my sleep. You never leave the slightest trace, no way to return to this strange place. Memory is improved, you see. Can I trust what my heart's telling me? Merrily rolling down the stream, all of the rocks can make you scream. No time to think, no time to grieve. Careful which angels you believe.
It was a weather balloon. It was a cow. A donkey. There is no such place as New Mexico. Gentlemen, I am the world's first talking sheep.